Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mentor Me podcast. I'm your host, Trevor Hall, and today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I'm starting a segment called Mentor Me Monday. And as you can see probably from the time on this podcast, it's about a 4 to 5 minute segment. And the goal with this is just every Monday to put out a clip of a previous podcast as something that can help you with your Monday mindset, to get going for your week, to remember something good and start your week positive. And so today's episode is actually a clip from one of the first podcasts I recorded with Coach Doug Novak. Coach Novak used to be the Bethel men's basketball head coach and has since gotten a job offer at Mississippi State as one of the top women assistant head coaches. And so in this episode, Coach Novak talks a lot about how he had a dream about being a professional tennis player. And as he was playing with these professional tennis players, he realized quickly, these guys have a skill that I don't have. But going through that, he realized through camps and coaching at camps and things like that, that he had a serious skill for coaching and a serious passion for coaching. And so in this episode, he talks a little bit about how he was able to shift from, well, you'll hear him say it in this podcast. He says, I might not be able to hit a backhand as well as these guys, but these guys can't explain why you hit a backhand this way better than I can. So he really transitioned and found that passion for coaching because he was already playing the sport. So it was almost this really cool transition of, I'm in it, and now I'm transitioning to coaching, and I found it because I was playing. And so anyways, I hope you find this to be very valuable, because I think in a lot of people's jobs, they don't see this as the end-all be-all of their career, but I hope that you see this as a transition and a place that you can learn a lot of skills for your next spot in life. So I hope you enjoy this episode of the Mentor Me podcast. Thanks.
Use examples from those days with those guys. But while they could do those things, and they could do them better than I could, hit a backhand down the line, we'd have summer camps Coach had huge camps. And by my junior year, I was running those camps. And because I had to think about tennis, and maybe it's because I started so late that I appreciated the sport and what they could do, and I'd ask so many questions, and I wanted to be great at the sport, is that I had to think a little bit more than the guy that won the U.S. Open. He was taught at a young age. He was drilled. They were great, but it had become like breathing to them and how they're going to move to the ball. I really had to think about how to efficiently hit a ball more so than one of those guys. And so it helped my teaching. And then Coach DePalmer allowed me to run camps. And then all of a sudden I found, that guy might be able to win U.S. Open, but he can't explain why. And I might be a better teacher than that player. And so what a camp looks like for tennis in the summer is that we start at 8:00 in the morning, and every 15 minutes we'd rotate into a new group. And so like you're teaching a new group every 15 minutes until 12 o'clock, we'd have an hour break. And then we'd do the same thing from 1 to 4. So the amount of teaching that I was able to do in correcting and trying to help young kids how to hit a tennis ball is like, I can't think of a better way to teach somebody how to coach. And so I didn't know it at the time. It's hot. I knew I had a little bit of a gift for looking at it and a desire and a passion to help others get better. But I couldn't think of a better way to train to be a coach than what I did over the summers. And it didn't matter that it was tennis. It could have been basketball. It could have been anything else. Once you learn how to learn, the sky's the limit. And that's what I got to be good at, was I was learning how to learn to teach different things.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the first ever Mentor Me Monday. If you did find value in this, go give it a rating wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you have anyone that you would like to see on the podcast, shoot me an email at mentormepod, mentormepod @gmail.com. or you can hit me up on any of the social media platforms, because I'd love to have whoever you want to see on the podcast. So thank you very much for listening.